The secret to effortless growth. Why fix yourself is the lie that's burning you out, and how tending your inner garden unlocks everything starting now. Here's a hard question with a gentle answer. What if you are not broken and your field is? You know the cycle. Week 3 of a new you, the apps are installed, the rules are taped to your wall, no caffeine after 2, inbox to 0, read before bed. By Wednesday night, you're answering late email, scrolling without noticing, skipping sleep just this once. Thursday morning brings the same verdict. I'm the problem. If I just tried harder, I'd change. What if try harder is the booby trap? What if the lie burning you out is fix yourself, when the lever that actually works is tend your field, the conditions, the rhythms, the channels your life flows through? There's this idea that the strong muscle through anything. But watch your own days. When the setup is hostile, even your best intentions limp. When the setup is sane, your effort suddenly counts. I keep coming back to a simple picture. A small study at dawn, a single candle, amber light climbing a stone wall, the room arranged so thinking is easy. That is a field. And here's the promise of this episode. One vivid historical proof that conditions beat willpower, one profound idea from the Bhagavad Gita that reframes self-improvement from the ground up, and one 7-day experiment that helps the better path become the easy path. Not slogans, design. Not shame, clarity. Let's go. It's the spring of 1855. The barrack hospital in Scutari, near Istanbul, is overflowing with British soldiers from the Crimean War. But they are not dying from battle wounds. They are dying from cholera, typhus, and dysentery. The building sits over a blocked sewer. Air is stale, water contaminated. Florence Nightingale has been there since the previous winter, working with her nurses to bring order and care, but the death toll remains horrific. The British government dispatches a sanitary commission led by Dr. John Sutherland. Their mandate is not to nurse, but to engineer. They open drains, flush sewers, ventilate the wards, whitewash the walls, remove refuse. They change the field. What follows is striking. Disease deaths drop sharply. After the war, to make the lesson undeniable, Nightingale analyzes the numbers she's gathered and creates a circular coxcomb diagram, then sends it to Queen Victoria. The blue wedges for preventable disease dwarf the red for battle wounds. Her later line from Notes on Nursing still rings like a bell. What nursing has to do is to put the patient in the best condition for nature to act upon him. In other words, the heroism lived in design. Here's what struck me. No one lectured patients into wellness. No one gave a seminar on grit. They opened windows. They cleared what clogged. They measured, and outcomes changed. Now, the bridge to your life. Modern advice is obsessed with inner blame. Optimize harder, overrule your brain, become someone who never wavers. Organizations do it too. Trainings and slogans, while desks, tools, and schedules still reward the old behavior. We mistake self-attack for self-improvement and system blindness for strength. Then we call the exhaustion discipline. Here's what I discovered that changed how I work and how I rest. The Bhagavad Gita has a model for this. Not a motivational poster, a map that explains why fix yourself fails and tend the field works. In chapter 13, there's this idea. Your body-mind-life system is the field, and the conscious witness within you is the knower of the field. In plain terms, this body is the field. The one who knows it is the knower. Then comes an unexpected inventory. The text lists the field's contents and conditions. Basic elements and senses, yes, but also mind and ego, and patterns like desire and aversion. In other words, your triggers and tools live in the field. Then another surprise. The Gita names 20 practical qualities. humility, non-injury, straightforwardness, steadiness, a taste for solitude when needed, even-mindedness, and calls them knowledge, not intellectual beliefs, but conditions that make seeing clearly possible. Translation: you cultivate the field so the knower can do its job. What's fascinating is how this flips the modern script. We're told, just control your mind. The Gita says, design the conditions. Don't white-knuckle your way through a hostile setup. Change the setup so effort finally counts. Let's get concrete. Your desk is a tangle, the screen a carnival. Notifications pop like firecrackers. You promise yourself steel willpower. 10 minutes later, you're in a thread about someone else's priorities. Same you, same field. Try this instead. Clear one surface, lower the noise, and open a blank page for the task that matters. You've shifted air, light, and order, the field.
Notice how your willpower suddenly feels stronger. Nothing mystical happened. You removed friction from the right action and added it to the wrong one. You keep saying you'll read in bed, but the lamp is harsh, the phone is bright, the snacks are an arm's length away, and the news is infinite. You conclude, I'm weak. Or you dim the room earlier, put the book within reach, and make scrolling slightly annoying. Log out, grayscale, move the app off your home screen. You didn't become a saint, you became a field tender. And the knower, the part of you that chooses, finally has space. Leadership launches Accountability Month, posters everywhere. Meanwhile, meetings run long, requests arrive at the last minute, and praise goes to firefighting, not prevention. Everyone grinds, then burns. Assume a conditions problem before a character problem. Align incentives, shorten meetings, protect focus blocks, fix the intake. Watch behavior shift without one extra pep talk. So, is field tending passivity? Not remotely. Nightingale didn't accept fate. She unlatched windows, rerouted waste, moved beds, kept meticulous ledgers, and drew the diagram that moved policy. That is decisive environmental action. The Gita's knowledge list isn't a mood, it's a set of daily disciplines. Humility means you're coachable enough to change a broken setup. Non-injury means you design workflows that don't grind people down. Straightforwardness means clear requests and clean checklists. Steadiness means rhythms beat heroic bursts. Solitude when needed means you protect quiet so the mind can actually see. Even-mindedness means you stop turning every metric into a judgment of your worth, which lets you correct faster because you're not defending an identity. Another common objection is, it's all willpower anyway. But defaults move behavior by design. Change the default, behavior follows. Habit research says stable contexts and cues drive automaticity. The Gita anticipated the same human truth. The knower is affected by the field. So tend the field, and the knower can act cleanly. Here's the reframe in one sentence. Stop trying to fix yourself first. Start changing the field so the knower can see and act. When outcomes stall, assume conditions before character. Ask, what in the field makes the old behavior easy and the new one hard? Answer that honestly, and your effort compounds. If you like metaphors, hold this. Your life is a garden, not a courtroom.
You don't scold seeds for not sprouting. You tend the soil, adjust the light, clear the weeds, water on a rhythm, and trust that growth follows design. Shame doesn't scale. Design does. So let's get practical. One simple experiment. Today, I call it the Nightingale window. The exact moment is the next time your thumb moves to open your go-to distraction. News, social, email, between tasks, or when you sit down to start. What to do instead is this. Open the window,
or turn your chair to face the brightest light you have. If there's no window, simply stand and face a lamp. Take one slow breath. This is you ventilating the ward. Then open the one page that serves your real aim, your document, notebook, or book, and do 60 seconds of it. Type one sentence, read one paragraph, write one line. After 60 seconds, you can choose to check the app if you still want to. No moral drama. You're changing conditions first. Why this? Remember how Nightingale didn't berate patients? She unlatched windows and then kept a ledger. You're doing the same. Alter light and air, then give the knower a clear path by opening the right page. It's Chapter 13 in action. Tend the field so the knower can act. Try it 3 times today, just as an experiment. I'm curious what you'll notice when you put light and a clear starting point between the urge and the app. One likely obstacle, you'll forget. That's fine. If you notice you're already scrolling, that noticing is the moment that counts. Stop where you are, do the Nightingale window right then. Turn to the light, one breath, open the page, 60 seconds. That rep still builds the habit. What might shift? You might feel a little breathing room open up. The urge could soften once your hands are on the work. Or nothing changes, and you learn which triggers are strongest so you can move the window closer to them next time. Either way, you're gathering your own data. At the end of the day, in one line, like Nightingale at her ledger by candlelight, note when you used the window and what changed, even a little. Tomorrow, repeat. No 7-point plan. Just one window, one breath, one line. Before we part, a quiet minute to seal this. Unclench your jaw, lower your shoulders, feel your feet on the floor. Inhale slowly, exhale a little longer. Imagine a long infirmary at dawn, simple and humane. High windows unlatched, morning light in bands of gold across ordered cots, air moving with a soft hush. In the courtyard beyond, a walled garden with raked paths and clear channels. A ledger rests on a wooden table, a single candle pooling light, chiaroscuro on stone. No one is shouting at plants to grow. The conditions are right. Nature will act. Now, turn that gaze inside. Your mind is the ward. Your home and desk are the courtyard. Whisper inwardly, I am not broken. I will tend the field. Choose one small act for the next hour. Move your chair to the light, open the page you must write, or slide one app into a faraway folder and leave it there. That's it. The knower in you will do the rest when invited. 3 lines to carry into the week. Assume conditions before character. Fix the field before you fixate on yourself. Shame doesn't scale. Design does. Tend the field, and the field will tend you. If this served you, try the Nightingale window 3 times a day for the next 3 days, and tell me one moment when the better path became the easy path. That's not luck. That's your field newly tended, doing quiet, beautiful work.